My name is Lydia Anderson, and today I'm going to be doing my final presentation of the course, Eschatology, the Study of Things to Come. I have loved this course so much. I have so much respect for people who study eschatology. After doing this course, it was a lot to understand, a lot to process, but I know that taking this course has opened up my eyes to what I believe, and I think that that's very important because Timothy says always have a plan to explain your faith, and that's what I need to do, and that's what this course has helped me to learn how to do. So for our agenda today, there's only one thing on our agenda, and that is the rapture of the church. And on the rapture of the church, we're going to be talking about pre-tribulation versus post-tribulation, and what I believe personally. The rapture of the church. First, pre-tribulation. Christ will return to earth in the exact way that he left us. He'll return during the rapture, before the beginning of tribulation, to take believers to heaven before the tribulation period begins. This means that the believers, born again Christians, will be saved from the tribulation time period, and this belief aligns better with the New Testament writings. It just does. Going into post-tribulation, the rapture occurs at the same time as Christ comes back to earth after the tribulation period. So this means that the rapture happens at the same time that Christ comes back to earth, not before the tribulation, but after the tribulation. That means after the 7 years of torment and torture on earth. Believers have to stay and go through all that. That's what post-tribulation believes. This would mean that believers need to experience the years of tribulation before Jesus even comes back to take the believers to heaven. The main difference between these is the timing of when the rapture will occur. Pre-tribulationists, myself, believe that the rapture will occur before tribulation begins. Post-tribulationists believe that the rapture will happen alongside the same time that Christ comes back to earth after tribulation. Pre-tribulation rapture timeline. This just shows what's going to happen. So, or at least our best explanation of what we think is going to happen, because let's be so for real. No one knows the exact time, no one knows the exact way what's going to happen except for God. But we can make our best guess based off contextual evidence found in Revelation, found in John, found in other texts, Daniel. The first thing that we're in right now is church age, and after church age, pre-tribs go into the rapture of the church. And then the tribulation starts, and the tribulation judgments, seals, trumpets, bowls, all of these things can be found in Revelation. But after the 7 years of tribulation, we go into the second coming of Jesus Christ, which will begin the new millennium, the new eternity. It shows that Christ is coming in on a horse with the heavenly army of angels. All of this is happening. Believers aren't there. We're in heaven. This is all happening to people who are not believers. Pretty cool. Post-tribulation rapture timeline. This is honestly the complete opposite. So here we have the 7-year period that is kind of split up into two different things. So we have the Antichrist, the wars, the famine, then we hit that midpoint where we hit with death, martyrdom, and the sun, moon, and stars, and the Great Tribulation begins that time. And then the rapture happens after the tribulation, and it begins the day of the Lord, which is when Jesus comes back. It's when judgment happens. However, Christians had already been battling that tribulation long before the rapture occurs, which is the main difference. I just want to say thank you, everyone who had any part in the creation of eschatology of this specific course. It has taught me so much, and I'm so thankful for that. So I'm always open to any feedback, any comments, any questions. I'd love to hear it. Anything I could have done better, anything to know for the next time that I'm creating one of these presentations, I'd love to hear it. And you can email me at this email here, or you can always leave it for me in the professor reply. Overall, thank you so much.